Hello and welcome to Editing with My Wife, now with more bad writing. My name is the Hooded Philosopher, and I'm here with Cheesy Loops. Cheesy Loops, why did we get up this early in the morning to do this?
We got up this early to meet up with old frenemies.
All right. And this is the chapter, not the recap, so I'm doing great. We're doing great.
It's too early.
It is. It's very early. We gotta get it out.
But, I have work late instead of early, so.
And we weren't caught up.
Here.
If we were caught up, you wouldn't be saying anything.
I know.
But we'll get caught up today. That's the whole point of this.
Listen,
okay.
I don't like snow, and the snow's been ruining everything.
Yeah, it's what, 6 inches out there?
No, so I think the official, amount it snowed in the one day was about 10 inches.
Eesh.
And then we've had single-digit temperatures after the fact.
We woke up at 1 degree outside.
It's 1 degree. Currently it's a whole 4 degrees.
Yeah, that sucks.
And so all that snow is still there. It just kind of ruins travel and the amount of work I have to do. Anywho, in the last chapter, the boy reunites with Draylon. It's so cute. He's so happy. He loves Draylon. And Draylon reunites with Force, and Force gives an apology by way of a ring that she had used on him before she pushed him. Sloane comes down from the heavens to taunt them because...
Well, he wants his son back.
He wants his son back. It's a curiosity to understand how he knew his son. It was his son, talking with his hands.
Because he knew.
He knew. He just knew.
I can give a detailed explanation. I don't know that it's...
I don't think so.
You could imagine that maybe he had known his son beforehand, and that his son had used his hands to talk beforehand. Right?
Yes, but that is coming from the conclusion that no one else on this planet has needed to use hand languages before.
What about the village that Enoll comes from?
Right.
The up near the school that takes care of the younger children.
So
they use the hand language.
Even with that bit of information, that proves my point even more. If there's
but they don't know that, so let's not continue down this route.
Anywho.
If they do, they're very astute.
And while running from Sloane, Draylon and the boy get to meet Frelick, the Vile.
Just one little line at the end. He's an unhappy old man.
He's a gross old dude.
Chapter 18, The Lesser Divine.
Draylon disappeared. Nathaniel let out his rage. In a fit of arcane spleen, he began thrashing on Sloane, wounds healing as quickly as they formed. Sloane fought with a burst of wind. It blew Nathaniel back, but with the incredible speed came roaring back. Sloane was beaten so hard it left him. Screaming in rage, Sloane took off back toward the mountain. Before he can get too far, Nathaniel leapt in the air, pulling Sloane back to the ground. His rage uncontained, the wounds now were taking a little longer to heal. It all happened so fast, Tresca would have stopped Nathaniel, but she herself did get a perverse pleasure of seeing Sloane hurt over and over again. Draylon and the boy need your help, Tresca heard an unfamiliar voice say. Who is this? Tresca wondered back. Ask me after you save the boy and Draylon from forces, like armed forces. They have taken them in and are holding them. Go, hurry. Frelick is with them, and you know Draylon is incorrigible. She got Nathaniel's attention. This gave Sloane the moment he needed to escape. Before Sloane got far enough away, Nathaniel saw a figure leap into the air, dragging him down just outside the city. Tresca came up from behind. She was talking to Force. Force, your people have Draylin and the boy. She jumped into action. Tresca and Flo followed. Tresca followed. Oh, Tresca and Flo followed. Oh my gosh,
Force.
I got Force and
So Tresca,
Flo.
yeah, shit, that's gonna happen. Tresca, Force, and Flo took off, and
Yes.
Nathaniel's standing there still.
Nathaniel sprinted to where he saw Sloane getting pulled down. Sloane was laying on the ground. A familiar figure stood over him. It was the man he choked out in the arena. 2 other figures stood near him. Their ghostly apparitions were saying something Nathaniel couldn't hear. His new friend from the arena was stunned, glaring at the ghosts. Sloane was scrambling, trying to leave. Nathaniel had other intentions. He stopped right in front of him. If you truly loved your son, you would not have killed mine. He got out before kicking him in the head. Sloane collapsed below them. The apparitions his friend from the arena was distracted by disappeared. Nathaniel looked at the man, asking, "Did you follow me here?" The man replied with small words, "I owe you my life." Nathaniel laughed, putting his hands up. "You owe me nothing. I got what I needed from the fight. I never wanted your life. I wanted you to have it." Sloane was faking it. He had positioned his sword so that when a gust of wind blew up, he extended the sword, cutting through his new friend's chest. It went through the man's leather armor like butter. Nathaniel screamed fruitlessly as Sloane took off. Nathaniel went to the man's side. "Don't die. I never even got to hear what you want, who you are." You scroll.
Oh.
Just a little bit. Go. Nathaniel wept over his last words. "Dead men," he coughed, "blood. Don't need names." He died in his arms right there. Nathaniel had no brown leaf, no way to help. I wanted your name to thank you." He hoped his parting words were heard by the man. He stood up and returned to Tresca, catching her on the bridge, looking down at Draylin and the boy, surrounded by Frick and his men. Frelick.
That's funny.
That is very funny.
Frick is a very different person.
Very different person, and you wrote Frelick.
Oh, is I spelling it wrong?
No, you wrote you wrote this line, I feel like, before we even came up with Frick.
I had to do a lot of edits on this particular chapter, so
I wonder if we were coming up with stuff and you were...
I mean, I've been writing about Frick for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, and this is chapter what now?
What? 2017? 2017. 18.
18. Is it true 18?
Yes.
Or is okay.
I switched the numbers up to like 21. So
Oh, okay.
deal with it later.
I mean, I guess we could have been talking about Frick when you were writing this chapter and it was just in your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like recently. I made edits on this recently.
So there are points in
Past
which
couple
it's a
days.
little jumpy.
Yeah. Where do you want to point any out?
I think it mostly has to do with...
How this chapter doesn't really need to exist.
Well,
It can be implied that Nathaniel beat the crap out of him. And then he can take off.
I mean,
Just like
I
at the
feel like
end of
you
the chapter.
had been talking about this chapter for a while, and in a way I wasn't sure of until reading it. Oh,
sorry. Sorry, I got it with my foot.
you got her with your foot.
Wait, her foot.
Oh,
I got her in her foot.
But
I didn't mean to get her.
you really wanted to bring back this guy. You wanted to tie up that end of the man Nathaniel did not kill in the arena.
Oh. Sloane took that too. It's just chaos for him, isn't it? Just chaos.
So the ghostly apparitions is something that Sloane is doing.
Sloane can talk to the recently dead.
So those are the two buddies in the arena. Yeah.
And then I think Nathaniel saw them. They had armor on and everything, so he wouldn't recognize them.
Coffee!
Let me turn it on.
Draylin is incorrigible. What is incorrigible?
Okay, so if I had to take a guess, it is someone that is hard to control, hard to manipulate.
Okay.
Let's see what Google says, though, because I am kind of curious as to what Google says.
Google. There was something. You may have fixed it. Oh, no, you didn't.
A person... Incorrigible is an adjective that means something cannot be corrected, improved, or reformed. It can mean something not manageable or unruly. For example, you might describe someone as an incorrigible liar or child. Or another way of saying it is of a person or their tendencies not to be corrected, improved, or reformed.
Oh, Draylen's not going to change.
No.
No. Yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Okay, so
I like my big words.
I found my sentence that I was
specific.
a little taken aback. And it's funny that I said a taken aback because it says back in it twice. It blew Nathaniel back, but with incredible speed came roaring back.
He came roaring back.
Okay.
Yes, that is bad.
So it blew Nathaniel back.
Away. Where is it? I don't know where it is on the screen.
It's like the second sentence, third sentence, fourth sentence, fourth sentence. It blew Nathaniel back, but with the incredible speed, he came roaring.
Jesus.
Yeah. But he came roaring back. So put he.
Oh, I didn't have a he there. I thought I did. I'm
no,
sorry.
you didn't. Hugh.
Hugh.
Sloan was
We're gonna
beaten
name
so
someone
hard.
Hugh now. I'm gonna name someone H-E-W.
Hugh.
Hugh.
Sloan was beaten so hard it left him. The wind left him. You no longer can focus on the wind?
Maybe, yeah.
That was what my assumption was when I read it. But I wasn't sure. Someone was beaten so hard he couldn't focus on maintaining, controlling, accessing is a good one. Accessing any of his powers. I like it. Screaming in rage, Sloan took off back towards the mountain. Before he could get too far, Nathaniel leapt into the air, pulling Sloan back to the ground. His rage uncontained. The wounds now were taking a little longer to heal. Alright, so that was the biggest problem in that part. The Tresca part is, I think, fine. Absolutely hilarious but she herself did get a perverse pleasure of seeing Sloan her over and over again.
Well, it was her family, too.
I know. Then
And they know they can't kill him, technically.
The voice coming in, telling him about Draylen and the boy, and forces...
Which, I mean, is the cat, and maybe I should say that somewhere, but Tresca doesn't know who the cat is, so...
Yeah.
She wouldn't know.
I think it's fine, mostly because... I mean, the cat is kind of aloof and mysterious. We know the cat's there to help Draylen. So it wouldn't be a surprise to anybody that it's happening that way. And if someone questions about it, I mean, that is the answer. It's the cat. But Tresca doesn't know who the cat is. And it's not going to reveal itself.
And just like that's why I said you can ask me after.
Ask me after.
He isn't saying no. He's just saying not right. Not right now. Is not the best time.
Go take care of Draylen and the
Because
boy.
I mean, what's the answer? Either I'm a cat or my name is Warren.
Right.
And she knows Warren, the name, and that might get into some more questions that they don't need to deal with right now.
Yeah.
But the kitty cat's here to help.
I am not.
And then, of course, in the previous chapter, you knew the cat was there.
Yes.
You knew it was there because of Draylen and the boy.
So, I don't really hate it being there like this.
It's what it's there for. A cat is there to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
Yes.
And it doesn't. It never does.
I did get really tripped up about Tresca and Flo. I'm like, no. But no, now I read it. It's fine. It's fine. Sloane was lying on the ground. A familiar figure stood over him. Trying to leave. Had other intentions. Okay, that's fine. I think it's, if you scroll down just a bit, basically just put the last bit of the book chapter there. The last bit of the book. Yep, this is it. It's over. We're done.
This is an awful place to leave it. Especially since I've already written the rest.
Sloane was faking it. He had positioned his sword so that when a gust of wind blew up, he extended the sword, cutting through his new friend's chest. Sloane was faking it. That doesn't feel like it fits.
That's something I wrote recently.
Is that something we could, like, zhuzh up? It needs a little zhuzhing.
If I knew where it was, there it is.
There it is. Sloane was not unconscious, but waiting. He had positioned his sword so that when a gust of wind blew
Cuts
him
right through.
up, he extended the sword. Yeah. So he was kind of waiting for the opportune moment.
And he couldn't get Nathaniel, so
Yeah.
he just attacked and ran, hoping that Nathaniel would stay with the guy instead of going after him. Because in the end, he is a massive coward.
Who, Nathaniel?
No, Sloane.
Oh, yes.
Sloane, massive
Very,
coward.
very much so. Okay.
And you don't even understand the depths of it.
It went through the, like butter, screamed fruitlessly as Sloane took off. Nathaniel went to the man's side. Don't die. I never even got to hear what you want, who you are. Comma after want. Just for my brain, down the last sentence in that chapter. Like the last three words, not chapter, sorry. The last sentence in that paragraph. Yeah, right there. What you want, who you are. I said comma, not period, but okay.
Why?
Because it's not the end of a sentence, what you want, who you are. He's finishing the sentence at who you are. I never got to know...
I thought you meant after R. I didn't realize I put a comma there. I didn't put a comma there.
Yeah, you put a period there.
Not paying attention. Sorry.
Nathaniel wept over his last words. Dead men, he coughed blood, don't need names. And he died in his arms right there. Nathaniel had no brown leaf, no way to help. I wanted your name to thank you. He hoped his parting words were heard by the man. He stood up and returned to Tresca, catching her on the bridge, looking down at Drellin and the boy, surrounded by Freylick's men. No, I think that was most of the trip-ups and most of the...
And he can move quickly. So if there's any question of how he got out to Sloane and then back into the city...
He can move quick.
Yeah, he can't do it forever, but he has enough.
Yeah.
He keeps that available to him if he can. And he's trained with it his entire life. So it is limited. He can't do it forever.
No.
And if he could run out, that's not good. So. But being a conscientious man, he probably will make sure he has it and is safe.
My question is, what do you think the ghostly apparitions are saying to the unnamed man? And that wasn't a question for you.
Yeah, are they arguing with him? Are they looking for an answer? That's a good point. Yeah.
What does the reader think that the apparitions are saying to the unnamed man?
Comment below. We're curious. What do you think they were talking about? Were they mad?
Were they mad? Were they friends?
Yeah.
You think they were friends?
Maybe, like battle-hardened friends, yeah. Blood is thicker than water, after all. That is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Despite its origins, I kind of like what it's saying, which is the bonds you choose to form are stronger than the bonds you were born into.
That just happened to be around when you came
And
into existence.
and you can choose the bonds you were born into, and make them stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not because they are blood that you make them stronger. It's because it's the want to do so.
Yeah. Inveterate. I've never heard that term before.
Inveterate. Oh, he's still looking at the Google.
Well,
under
yeah, I guess the
incorrigible.
Google's still up, and under incorrigible, there's this word inveterate.
Let's look at. I want to see. It's a word I've not seen before.
I've never either. It's just like a mild version of incorrigible.
Having a particular habit, activity, or interest that is long established or unlikely to change.
It's a neutral version.
I like that word.
Veteran, something like that.
Inveterate.
Someone who's done it for a long time.
Inveterate gambler.
It means old. It means made a long time ago in Latin. Made old. Of long-standing chronic. Huh. I get what that's saying, but it's not talking about any drugs. Anyway.
Oh, so it's not the fact that first thing I have to have in the morning is coffee.
No, it's chronic.
Excuse me.
We need to go to the right place, which is not.
Oh, you want in? Puppy wants in her little cubby.
So, number 1.
Number 1.
Nathaniel gets revenge.
Nathaniel lets out some aggression.
Number 2.
Tresca is warned of the boy and drills.
Tresca gets a warning.
Position.
Sloane gets away.
And is stopped by a blast from the past. And someone dies. We don't know who. And that sentence right there sounds like so silly to say, but we don't know who he was other than a fighter in the arena.
A fighter from the arena dies, but I don't know.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like it the way you have it right now.
Well,
thank you so much.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.